We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
Hello and welcome to Music and MaryJane, Sundays at 12 noon Eastern, part of the Pace Radio Network. Always found at paceradio.net. People advocating cannabis education.
With your host, Craig McEachran.
Hello and welcome to the Hashish and 80s episode of Music and MaryJane. This is episode 34. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll through some bands, some songs, some genres that in the 80s spoke a little more to me about, a little more creativity, a little more headiness. And I always found that Hashish had that too. So I find they go together like hand in glove. And let's start off with a band out of Vancouver in the 80s, the Sons of Freedom. This is Mona Lisa on Music and MaryJane. Mona Lisa, Sons of Freedom, here on Music and MaryJane. So the reason I wanted to do a Hashish and 80s episode is because there was a lot of music in the 80s that was huge. And there was a lot of money. So what happened was, it kind of tied in with the fact that people were sick of smoking the same old swag, right? So we got it, some of the Afghani Red Seals, the Moroccan temper balls, and even to this day with new extraction techniques, the world over, people have embraced it. So here was where my affiliation with hashish and 80s, maybe not popular culture, but maybe just a little further down. But I would be remiss if I didn't play this track. This is Tom Sawyer from Rush on Music and Mary Jane.
A Monday warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride. Though his mind is not for rent, don't put him down as arrogant. His reserve a quiet defense, writing out the day's events. The river. What you say about his company is what you say about society. Catch the mist, catch the myth, catch the mystery, catch the drift. The world is love and life are deep. Maybe as his skies are wide. Today's Tom Sawyer, he gets high on you, and the space he invades, he gets by on you. No, his mind is not for rent to any god or government. Always hopeful yet discontent. Those changes aren't permanent. But changes. And what you say about his company is what you say about society. Catch the witness, catch the wit, catch the spirit, catch the spit. The world is love and life are deep. Maybe as his eyes are wide. Exit the warrior, today's Tom Sawyer, he gets high on you, and the energy you trade, he gets right on to the friction of the day.
I mean, I can definitely envision myself hanging out in the smoking area when an oiler gets passed by. And that's my memories of Rush's 80s output, to be perfectly honest. The great thing about the stuff that came out in the 80s is, although we had our, full-on pop feastings of, Duran Duran and Culture Club and a lot of those types of bands. Those artists, though, still had some incredible creative juice, tons. And same with the outlaying of hash. The history of hash is a lot like the history of cannabis, right? It's always changing, it's always evolving. As people become more comfortable with cannabis, they're starting to understand a lot about hashish. And I mean, as I made mention earlier, I mean, the kind of modern history of it is, a lot of it came from, the strain red Lemonese. And once that made its way to California, they started the first variety of hash oil. And then through the 70s, Afghanistan saw a boom in hash production, right? And then North America, in turn, received more and more types, right? Now, in the 80s, Morocco became the world's leaders, but the government started to clamp down on that by 1987. Now, before 1987, we had an excellent band, one of my favorites to come out of England, XTC. XTC had a not-so-secret side band who were deeply psychedelic. They kept themselves more anonymous, but because of the fear of playing live of Andy Partridge, this Dukes of Stratosphere side project is a doozy, and one to enjoy a decent oil or two. This is What in the World, off of 25 O'Clock by the Dukes of Stratosphere on Music and MaryJane.
What in the world? I say this
the Dukes of Stratosphere. Definitely pick up a few of those. It's trippy. It's as excellent as some of the XTC stuff, and definitely doesn't take a sideline from a couple of Nivers. Moving on. As I was saying, there was a lot of opulence in the record industry. They just started bringing out cassettes. There was a lot of ability to basically generate money off of reissues, off of original vinyl recordings. And there were some great bands that dissolved in the 70s that recreated themselves. Now, that didn't stand to be the case for XTC, but there were a few. One, from the ashes of Joy Division, and a personal favorite of mine, is New Order. Now, New Order had some hits coming right out of the Joy Division camp. They did do a couple of covers of older Joy Division songs, ramped them up, more keyboards. So when the album Technique came out, I was a fledgling young teenager who had studied quite a bit of the tunes from the UK. Always found it a very alluring thing. But this song, to this day, speaks to me when I'm feeling a little lifted. This is Run from New Order on Music and MaryJane.
What's the use in complaining when you've got what you don't need? Anyone would think you were hard done to. What do you want me to believe? What the hell is happening? I can't think of everything. I don't know what day it is or who I'm talking to. But I
So back in the 80s, buying hash was real easy. It was just one of those things. It was the first concentrate. It had extra kick. You had to smoke very little to achieve the exact same feel that you would get from, whatever your great Uncle Marvin had sitting in the shoebox. Especially in Amsterdam. So Amsterdam became a huge tourist attraction because you could walk down into any of the Bulldog Cafe coffee shops in the heart of the city. Sandwich board out front, cannabis leaf painted on it. Go up to the counter. Generally there is someone selling hash in another room. And I mean, initially, the easy stuff was the finger hash, right? Anyone that's doing any cultivation is going to get the scraping of residue off of the hands, whoever's handling all those sticky buds. It was super popular. But as, Afghani, the Red Seals, the Blonde Lebanese, and the Moroccan hash started to come into the forefront, the seller usually had a sort of menu. So that was pretty cool, right? Now, as far as a menu goes, the great thing about the 80s is a lot of subculture artists decided that they weren't going to sit around and listen to pop music come through the airways all day, every day, ad nauseum. Sometimes 6, 7, 10, 12 times a day. They kind of dominated the airwaves, the pop culture, and the pop music stereotype. But the great thing about the 80s is when we got to the halfway point, even more change was about to come. From industrial to thrash metal, and yes, definitely hip-hop. We're going to dig a little deeper in the second half of Music and Mary Jane. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Growing your own vegetables, flowers, or even medicinal plants can be a challenge without the right equipment and proper know-how. At BMA Hydroponics, not only are they your urban horticultural experts and suppliers, but their staff holds the customer's needs paramount to making a sale. Family-owned with decades of experience and knowledge, they offer free advice in person, by phone, or email. BMA Hydroponics wants to ensure you have the advice you need, which is why you'll find tips and tricks on different ways to grow, like wick, ebb and flow, drip, or aeroponic system, as well as other helpful links at bmahydroponics.com. If you can't find what you're looking for, just let them know, and they'll do everything they can to get what you're looking for. At BMA Hydroponics, each staff member also possesses a federal exemptee MMAR license, making their strong suit empathy, experience, and dedication to their customers. Because when you know how to grow, you'll have results that make you proud. BMA Hydroponics in Belleville, Ontario. Visit bmahydroponics.com.
CP operates a medicinal cannabis signing clinic. If you want to grow your own medicinal cannabis and are located anywhere in Canada, then I'd like to suggest that you give them a call. They can be reached at 1-613-967-9888. That's 1-613-967-9888. And grow on with CP.
Pace Radio is the people advocating cannabis education radio network.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or a commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
Hey growers and grow shops, do you want a 20% increase in yield from your cannabis grow? Then you need Calexa nutrients for bigger, better buds. Grow Micro Bloom is a 3-part premium-based nutrient trio specifically formulated to give you bigger, better buds. Win your own sample kit by heading to CalexaNutrients.com and contact us with your name, email, and catchphrase. We will pick one random name on the Pace Radio Facebook page. So remember, check out Calexa Essential Nutrients for bigger, better buds at CalexaNutrients.com.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
The People's Alliance of Cannabis in Canada is an organization working to improve cannabis legalization in Canada. They have a mission and values that includes all Canadians, no matter where they come from. The values are including everyone, as no one should be excluded from participating, equality, diversity, advocacy, along with cannabis education and research, plus industry, safety, and professional standards. If this is an organization that has the same values as you, check them out at peoplesallianceofcannabisincanada.ca. Once again, peoplesallianceofcannabisincanada.ca. Check them out.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Before the break, I wanted to drop a couple of different genres on the second half of the episode. And I thought it'd be a great way to start was talking about the golden age or the new era of hip-hop. Now, in the 80s, that hip-hop's golden age is kind of bookmarked by Run DMC. It really blew up. And then, moving forward, it really stood on its face once you got to NWA. Now, the great thing about this golden age of hip-hop is really when it started coming out of the Brooklyn sound, you had the Juice Crew, you had great artists that were crossing over, Marley Marl, MC Shan, Big Daddy Kane, Biz Markie, Cool G Rap, incredible artists. They were, spitting back and forth. There's lots of little diss tracks back and forth. But Boogie Down Productions really came into the fray with their unique style, bringing the story of the street to the forefront and really having that reggae influence in the start of the Criminal Minded album. Just really brought the stories of a real life new school era of rap, along with, Public Enemy, and really brought that idea of a conscious rap music with a strong message. It really continued with Eric B. and Rakim, but where it really took hold was the beginnings of the native tongues. Now, the new school continuum of native tongue groups were like the Jungle Brothers, A Tribe Called Quest, Queen Latifah's in there, Chi Ali, Moni Love, Leaders of the New School, and Brand Nubian. But the track that I remember the most, getting my head nodding with a little bit of Chiba in the air, was this one. Here's De La Soul. What's going on Music and MaryJane.
Shame. Brothers taking life as a game, growing up against the law, but no one knows who's to blame. Dealing drugs on the corner, you don't have to, but you wanna. A meal is hard to make, but you tell yourself you're gonna. Dealing 12 to 12, day into evening. I wonder how you continue to be breathing. Your meal is made and it's time to chill. You buy the black Mercedes Benz with the gold to the grill, cruising up the Ave while your friends get jealous. You find out, you quickly get restless. You buy a gun, it doesn't help but hurt you, because your so-called friend ratted on you. You're in the pen serving 10 to 20. Your boy snatched your girl and put use to your money. You're out 15, but what does it mean? You're just a wasted young brother who lost it all on a dream. What's going on?
My blood brother is bleeding, it's a crying shame. Out on the street trying to play the game. Formerly an inmate straight from upstate. Can't stop him now cause you see it's just too late. He's on the run and he's got a gun. Stay out his way unless you want something. See, he's getting older, a bit more bolder. Got his name written up in the 5-0 folder. Big Christmas list of all the crimes he committed. He says he didn't do it, but we know he did it. Summons his lawyers, fingerprints, mug shots. Looking for my brother, yo, he's at the drug spots. Living off that cheap Chinese food. He says he only bumps up people when he's in the mood. Running around with his crews and his tutus. I saw him last night in the primetime news. Shot and killed by an on-duty Jake. His birth to the earth was a big mistake.
Now history was not my favorite subject. I used to flip through the pages and get upset, seeing little of black and too much of the other.
They tried to brainwash you.
Picture that, a jungle brother. Read this, read that. Answer question 3. But when I got to 3, it had nothing to do with me. Something was wrong and I knew it all along. Now tell me, please, what's going on? What's going on?
All the dudes that don't do nice. My mother, hallelujah, she called the shot. She said, don't play with guns and don't play with knives. And most of all, don't play with other people's wives. And when you're walking down the street, pay the push no mind. Cause all they want to do is put your mind on cloud 9. Keep your head up high and your feet on the ground. You don't have to be like everybody else to be down. Stay in school.
Don't be no fool.
Don't lose your temper.
And keep your cool.
Follow your heart
and not your friends.
Cause some of your friends
can lead you into dead ends.
The other day my father said, son, God bless your soul. Life is getting tougher and the world is cold. I said, daddy, 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 what do you mean? He said, you ain't got nothing unless you got the green. I realized to myself things are gonna be hard. So each and every day I pray to God. I say now I lay me down to sleep.
I give the Lord my soul to keep.
If I should die before I wake,
take me to heaven cause I need a break.
But if you let me live to another morn,
I like to know what's going on.
To the early start of that sound, and then the underground sound that centered on, you know, stories about urban violence and real things happening on the streets in New York. They traveled south, and once they started traveling south, it got even harder. The West Coast became, you know, the home of gangster rap. It was so influential. I mean, you had Ice-T, you had a really sprawling and scrawling poverty, racism. It was so prevalent in the West Coast. And it just made sense that a band like NWA would come crashing out of Compton in 1988. Gangsta Gangsta at the top of the dial. There's going to be a little superlatives, but enjoy.
Got him.
Here's a little something about a nigga like me. Never should have been let out the penitentiary. Ice Cube will like to say that I'm a crazy motherfucker from around the way. Since I was a youth, I smoked weed out. Now I'm the motherfucker that you read about, taking a life or two. That's what the hell I do. You don't like how I'm living? Well, fuck you. This is a gang, and I'm in it. My man Trey will fuck you up in a minute with a right, left, you're toothless. And then you say, God damn, they ruthless. Everywhere we go, they say, damn. NWA's fucking up the program. And then you realize we don't care. We don't just say no. We're too busy saying yeah. About drinking straight out the 8 bottle. Do I look like a motherfucking role model to a kid looking up to me? Life ain't nothing but bitches and money. Cause I'm the type of nigga that's built to last. If you fuck with me, I put my foot in your ass. See, I don't give a fuck cause I keep belling. Yo, what the fuck are they yelling? don't like. Walked over to him and said, what's up? The first nigga that I saw hit him in the jaw. Ren started stomping him and so did E. By that time got rushed by security out the door, but we don't quit. Ren said, let's start some shit. I got a shotgun and here's the plot. Taking niggas out with a flurry of buckshots. Boom, 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 yeah, I was gunning. And then you look, all you see is niggas running and falling and yelling and pushing and screaming and cussing. I stepped back and I kept busting. And then I realized it's time for me to go. So I stopped, jumped in the vehicle. It's like this because of that hoot ride. And WA's wanted for a homicide. Cause I'm the type of nigga that's built to last. Fuck with me, I put my foot in your ass. See, I don't give a fuck cause I keep belling. Yo, what the fuck are they yelling?
He'll tell you exactly how he feel and don't give a fucking thing back.
Homies all standing around just hanging. Some dope dealing, some gang banging. We decide to roll and we deep. See a nigga on dates and we creep. Real slow, and before you know, I had my shotgun pointed in the window. He got scared and hit the gas. Right then, I knew I had to smoke his ass. He kept rolling, I jumped in the bucket. We couldn't catch him, so I said fuck it. Then we headed right back to the fort, sweating all the bitches in the biker shorts. We didn't get no play from the ladies. With 6 niggas in the car, are you crazy? She was scared and it was showing. We all said fuck you, bitch, and kept going to the hood. And we was into find something else to get into, like some pussy or in fact a bum rush, but we call it rat pack. On a nigga for nothing at all. Ice Cube would go stupid when I'm full of 8-ball. I might stumble, but still won't lose. Now I'm dressed in the county blues. Cause I'm the type of nigga that's built to last. If you fuck with me, I put my foot in your ass. I don't give a fuck cause I keep belling. Yo, what the fuck are they yelling?
Wait a minute, cut this shit. Man, what you gonna do now? What we gonna do right here is go back. How far you going back? Way back. As we go a little something like this. Hit it.
Here's a little gangster, short in size. A t-shirt, Levi's is his only disguise. Built like a tank, yet hard to hit. Ice Cube and Easy E, cold running shit.
Well, I'm Easy E, the one they're talking about. Nigga tried to roll the dice and just crapped out. Police tried to roll, so it's time to go. I creeped away real slow and jumped in the 6-4 with the diamond in the back. Digging the scene with the gangster lean, cause I'm the E. I don't slang or bang, I just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing. And all you bitches, you know I'm talking to you.
We wanna fuck you, Easy.
I wanna fuck you too, because you see, I don't really take no shit.
So let me tell you motherfuckers who you fucking with.
Cause I'm the type of nigga that's built to last. If you fuck with me, I put a foot in your ass. I don't give a fuck cause I keep belling. Yo, what the fuck are they yelling?
He'll fuck up you and yours and anything that gets in his way. He just call you a low-life motherfucker and talk about your funky ways.
So raw. It's almost uncomfortable sometimes to listen to some of this stuff, but you got to understand it was coming from their perspective. Really, really powerful stuff. And it launched the careers of Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. And of course, Eazy-E, gone but not forgotten. It was a magical time, the counterculture of the 80s. There was something about it, there was an innocence that really came from the rise of the people before those times. Which brings me to my next subgenre, industrial. The first industrial artists experimented with noise and it was controversial topics. Visually, fascism, perversion, the occult. The start was really maybe, Throbbing Gristle and Cabaret Voltaire really brought some weirdness. But, it really came from a lot of experimental rock and psychedelic rock. From Kraftwerk to Frank Zappa to Pink Floyd. Heck, even Jimi Hendrix and John Cage from the early days. And, I know one of the artists we're going to play next definitely cites William S. Burroughs. He's been on a couple albums. But a couple of the bands that really came out swinging, bands like Front 242, Frontline Assembly, KMFDM, and then the Wax Trax Records label out of Chicago. Really, really huge influence on everybody. And by the end of the 80s, Uncle Al from Ministry, Al Jurgensen, decided to dump his British style, his synth pop, and he went full on industrial. From a Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. This is Thieves. On Music and Mary Jane. That was easily one of my all-time favorite concerts. Ministry Live is an absolutely epic adventure for the senses that I highly suggest. Once we're able to go and see live gigs, make a point of it. They never disappoint. Another band in the industrial era of the 80s that opened my eyes to the ability to create something just not quite the way everyone wants it to be is Trent Reznor and 9 Inch Nails. Now, Trent Reznor and 9 Inch Nails come from, humble beginnings in Cleveland, Ohio. And he's really the only permanent member up until he added English musician Atticus Ross in 2016. He's had his troubles with record labels, but he always has a vision. And that's the thing about 9 Inch Nails, that even to this day, there's 9 Inch Nails everywhere. Soundtracks, new albums. And it's inspiring to see somebody with so much conviction make something so interesting. This is Head Like a Hole from 1988. 9 Inch Nails on Music and MaryJane. All right, we're going to end this episode with a brief chat on a subgenre that, at least for me, got me much more involved in subgenres than most mainstream music, and that is thrash metal. Various bands have played thrash at some point in their career, especially if they, started combining, fast hardcore punk beats with a guitar style of new wave of British heavy metal, a la the band Diamond Head and many of those types of bands. And it emerged pretty much as a reaction to glam metal. And for me, I was coming up in that time, and when glam metal started to get a little too makeup in production and a little less angry young man, I started to definitely lean towards the thrash metal end of things. 4 American bands, Anthrax, Megadeth, Metallica, and Slayer, are credited to being obviously the most popular and, making the genre, really, earning them the title of the Big Four of thrash. In Germany, there was Destruction, Creator, Sodom, and Tankard, and they had a Teutonic type of thrash metal vibe and scene, garnering that nickname, the Big Four of Teutonic Thrash. Now, the one band that I wanted to play today, because you can go out and listen to as much Megadeth and Slayer and Anthrax and Metallica, all of these amazing bands, but the one band that I always find is missing out, I'll add Suicidal Tendencies to that as well. But I always found Testament to be above the rest. A little nicer production, a little heavier rhythm section, and it just sounded like a band that had their plan and their mission, and they dolled it out. This is the final song of the episode. Thanks to our sponsors. Don't forget to enter to win a Calexa sample pack, and tune in next week for another episode of Music and Mary Jane. This is Testament. Practice what you preach. Have a great day. Take it easy.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Growing your own vegetables, flowers, or even medicinal plants can be a challenge without the right equipment and proper know-how. At BMA Hydroponics, not only are they your urban horticultural experts and suppliers, but their staff holds the customer's needs paramount to making a sale. Family-owned with decades of experience and knowledge, they offer free advice in person, by phone, or email. BMA Hydroponics wants to ensure you have the advice you need, which is why you'll find tips and tricks on different ways to grow, like wick, ebb and flow, drip, or aeroponic system, as well as other helpful links at bmahydroponics.com. If you can't find what you're looking for, just let them know, and they'll do everything they can to get what you're looking for. At BMA Hydroponics, each staff member also possesses a federal exemptee MMAR license, making their strong suit empathy, experience, and dedication to their customers. Because when you know how to grow, you'll have results that make you proud. BMA Hydroponics in Belleville, Ontario. Visit bmahydroponics.com.
CP operates a medicinal cannabis signing clinic. If you want to grow your own medicinal cannabis and are located anywhere in Canada, then I'd like to suggest that you give them a call. They can be reached at 1-613-967-9888. That's 1-613-967-9888. And grow on with CP.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or a commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
Hey growers and grow shops, do you want a 20% increase in yield from your cannabis grow? Then you need Calexa nutrients for bigger, better buds. Grow Micro Bloom is a 3-part premium-based nutrient trio specifically formulated to give you bigger, better buds. Win your own sample kit by heading to CalexaNutrients.com and contact us with your name, email, and catchphrase. We will pick one random name on the Pace Radio Facebook page. So remember, check out Calexa Essential Nutrients for bigger, better buds at CalexaNutrients.com.
People Advocating Cannabis Education Radio Network, found at paceradio.net, brings you 4 weekly live broadcasts. Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern, we get started with the Reefer Reporters. Wednesday brings you 2 live broadcasts. First, we get started with Cannabis and Coffee to Marijuana at 12 noon Eastern, followed by the Pace Radio Show at 8 p.m. We're not done yet, because on Thursday, the Reefer Reporters return with yet another Reefer Report. Meanwhile, once a month, Thursdays brings you the Grassroots Advocate, the Pace Radio's audio magazine. All of these shows, plus more, found here at paceradio.net.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
The People's Alliance of Cannabis in Canada is an organization working to improve cannabis legalization in Canada. They have a mission and values that includes all Canadians, no matter where they come from. Their values are including everyone, as no one should be excluded from participating, equality, diversity, advocacy, along with cannabis education and research, plus industry, safety, and professional standards. If this is an organization that has the same values as you, check them out at peoplesallianceofcannabisincanada.ca. Once again, People's Alliance of Cannabis in Canada.ca. Check them out.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.